integrate some features to let IT administrators manage in a much easier way. Let's see what's the advantage that new storage pool and smart data scrub bring us. In Storage Manager, some of you might know that we have different places to manage RAID on different models respectively. Like we have this group at the left side, providing easy and quick settings to individuals and small offices users. It's on low-bay models like DS218 and DS718 and on high-bay models like RS3617XS and FS2017 for middle and large enterprises users. We provide RAID group to do more customization and therefore let users to flexibly manage more hard disk. So before DSM 6.2, we have both disk group and RAID group existing. And you can see that it's a 3-layer storage space structure in the slides. It's what we are using currently. On the top is the volume carrying all files. At the bottom, it's RAID composed of these disks, and in the middle is disk group and RAID group in charge of managing RAID status. And the most different thing between disk group and the RAID group is that RAID group can merge several RAID spaces. So according to users or your own requirement of storage space, you are able to create larger volume without limitation of single RAID space. Just like the volume one you can see here within the RAID frames, you can see volume 1 storage space is larger than one single RAID space. That's what RAID group can do for you. However, since many enterprise users are growing bigger and bigger, it's more common to see they using different models as combination. Then the coexistence of this group and the RAID group would cause confusions and difficulty to communicate in enterprise and companies. Therefore, DSM 6.2, we merge this group and RAID group to become a single storage pool to let RAID management more intuitive and consistent. Meanwhile, users using RAID group before can still use RAID group to create larger volume which has larger storage space than one single RAID space. More than that, this time we let this 3-layer structure be shown on Storage Manager UI. It's more intuitive for IT administrators. They can immediately know where issue happens by our new UI and then solve the issue accordingly. Okay, so let's go to demo to see how new Storage Manager can help us. So as you see, it's my DSM. So we open up the Storage Manager here. Okay, I hope you can see it's very clear. And in our new Storage Manager, at the first glance, you can directly know how is the system status now. If it shows healthy, then no need to waste time to check more details. However, it shows attention here, which means that there must be something happening. But you can see it also tells us that NAS failed to access the system partition and already provide an easy solution by simply clicking repair here. Then I think it is just a small issue. We don't need to worry about this. Thanks for Storage Manager's help. So, okay, so let's explore more. As you see from the top to the bottom, there are 3 layers: the volume status, the storage pool, and the disk information. And this structure is the 3-layer structure space structure I mentioned previously. We can check one layer by one layer to know how is the status. Is it good or bad? And where the issue is from. In volume status, all volumes are shown. Take volume 1 as example. We can know the RAID type is Synology hybrid RAID, and file system is BTRFS. It belongs to storage pool 1, and now only used 8% of its total space. Basically, we can find all information we need to know about a volume here. And in next layer, we can see respective storage pools RAID type and the total size. It shows normal, so I think no issue is here so far. So let's go down. In disk information, we can know how many disk slots on the NAS and how many disks we already installed. It also tells you the status of each disk. In this case, by Storage Manager's help, we can easily understand the issue is coming from disk 2 here. Then we don't need to do lots of tests, but just focus on fixing disk 2 to solve the issue. If we want to know more details, we can go to Storage Pool tab, left side, and expand the status here of Storage Pool 2, and we will find the issue is that system partition failed, and accordingly we solve the problem. And this case is a very simple case since we are using DS218 Plus for demo usage. But imagine you are a company using high bay models such as RS18017XS Plus. You have to manage maybe 30 to 40 HDD. That would be impossible for you to check all HDD one by one physically and regularly. And if you do so, that will take lots of time. But now with Storage Manager's intuitive UI, just sit in front of your computer checking the status. You need to leave your seat only when there is really something you have to fix physically. So, okay, so let's go back to the slides. I would like to quickly recap the points of demo I just mentioned. So, new storage pool unifies the disk group and the RAID group. There will be only storage pool for all models. It makes sure the consistent user experience for you. And you can do also consolidated RAID operations and settings all in one place, which is the storage pool. And our new 3-layer UI of Storage Manager provides the real-time system status. You're able to intuitively understand where is the issue and then quickly do the troubleshooting. So, still remember the regular integrated check part I just mentioned previously? Before DSM 6.2, we provide 2 different data scrubbings for users to check their data. One is the file system scrubbing. It's developed from BTRFS protection mechanism and check the correctness of data by checksum, therefore avoid bit rot. And another one is RAID scrubbing. It's used on RAID types which generates the parity such as RAID 5 and RAID 6, and then by parity to ensure the data consistency. And please be noted that if your file system is BTRFS, you can do both file system scrubbing and RAID scrubbing. If it's ext4, then you can do RAID scrubbing only. In addition, 2 scrubbings are used on different storage unit, and generally, I suggest to do file system scrubbing first to ensure data is correct. And by the parities which are generated from this correct data, then you can do RAID scrubbing to ensure data consistency. Okay, so far I think most of you might be asking yourself that, so based on my own conditions, which scrubbing I should do? Which one I should do first? So should I set up twice for both types of scrubbings? Don't worry, Synology Total understands that. Therefore, accordingly in DSM 6.2, we wisely merge file system scrubbing and RAID scrubbing to be one smart data scrubbing on our storage manager. In the future, just one click to activate smart data scrubbing. And no need to remember which scrubbing should go first. DSM does all the work and make sure your data is totally complete. Okay, so here to quickly summarize the advantage of smart data scrubbing for you. So with smart data scrubbing, it can help you resolve data error caused by physical issues, and it includes file system scrubbing and RAID scrubbing features. And also it allows you to set up flexible schedule. So I think you're not gonna wait for more. So I would like to take you to have a demo of smart data scrubbing. So you can see here, we open up the same storage manager, and you can see the data scrubbing is here. And basically, data scrubbing is a background task function in a tab of storage pool. We can choose the storage pool we want to do data scrubbing. For example, here is a storage pool 2, and by simply click start, and you will activate the scrubbing right away. Don't need to remember which scrubbing should go first. DSM will help us do all the work. And Storage Manager also allows us to set the schedule for data scrubbing. We can choose when it should start and which day in week to run data scrubbing. For example, I set March 8th here and only run on Sunday and Saturday. Then the system will automatically run data scrubbing on March 10th and March 11th. If scrubbing can't complete in these 2 days, next weekend it will keep doing scrubbing for me. And generally, we suggest you to do scrubbing one time in half a year, because data is not gonna be damaged or corrupted very often. It needs time to lead to silent data corruption. And when running the data scrubbing in background, NAS performance and your services on NAS will also be affected. So no need to do it so often. But if you want to do it monthly, we also provide this option for you. And we can see the time session down here. We can choose what time in a week to do data scrubbing. If you are a business user, we suggest you to do scrubbing on weekends. It's the same reason as we suggest to do scrubbing half a year, because if the NAS is used for company, running scrubbing on weekdays might affect NAS performance and services. That's not good for business. So it would be better to do scrubbing only on weekends when NAS is leisure. By the way, I would like to introduce another background task function in Storage Manager, the RAID sync. Its function is just as its name. And RAID sync is usually used when we are gonna update HDD or the storage space is not enough, so we want to add more HDD. However, it takes time, and as a background task, it also affects NAS performance and services. According to different user preference, we provide several options for you to choose. You can either choose lower the impact on overall system performance, or you can choose run RAID resync faster. Furthermore, you can base on your own requirement to set up the maximum speed and the minimum speed. We hope this customization option can let you more flexibly do the RAID resync. So I hope you have a clear picture of how good is the data scrubbing here. So let's go back to the slides. So I just want to quick recap my suggestion about setting schedule for smart data scrubbing here. Since data is not gonna be damaged or corrupted very often, it needs time to lead to silent data corruption. And smart data scrubbing is a task running in the background. It impacts on NAS performance and services on NAS. So we suggest to do it half a year. And if you are a business user, we suggest to do scrubbing on weekends, because if the NAS is used for your company, running it on weekdays affects performance and services. That's not good for you. So it will be better to do scrubbing only on weekends when NAS is leisure. So let's keep going. As per our topic of data protection, besides BTRFS itself protects data from corruption due to such as bit rot or RAID crash and so on, BTRFS file system also allows you to do snapshot with our snapshot replication. I believe most of you still remember the disaster of ransomware, WannaCry and Mstar Corp last year. It caused so much havoc to global companies by encrypting their files. Snapshot replication is widely welcomed at that time, since it can restore a file back to its original status. On the other hand, business seek more control over snapshot. Snapshot takes up storage, and to any business, storage can be directly converted to cost. When the value of a snapshot decreases, we should consider removing the snapshot to free up the space and store other more valuable data inside Synology NAS. But before we take any action on snapshots, we have to know what's the size of snapshots to evaluate if it's necessary to remove them. So let's first take a look at how a snapshot takes up storage space. Okay, so assume that we have two 1 GB files in a shared folder, and after we take a snapshot, the snapshot size is 0 GB. This is because snapshot size generates when there is file changed in shared folder after the snapshot was taken. We haven't changed, updated, or deleted any files in shared folder, so that's why its size is still 0 GB. But if we delete 1 GB file in shared folder, like this, the snapshot size will accordingly become 1 GB. It's very intuitive, right? And very easy to calculate snapshot size. But what if we take 2 snapshots, 3 snapshots, even 100 or 1000 snapshots? It will be impossible for us to calculate the size of all snapshots by ourselves. Also, the size of all snapshots might be huge and not ignorable. So we will need a calculator to help us. Based on this demand, in DSM 6.2, we will have new snapshot calculator to help administrators understand snapshot storage consumption in a given time range. It has graphical display to show the consumption changed over the time. So let's don't waste the time, go to demo directly. So we just open up. Yes. We just open up snapshot. Oh, sorry, it's my bad. So, okay, so I've already opened up the snapshot replication here. So we first see the snapshot tab here. So in the snapshot tab, we can see lots of shared folders here. Let's take homes as example. So as you can see, it shows all the information here, like schedule to take snapshot, next runtime, and the last snapshot time, and how many restore points, and the retention policy. And because I let the system to calculate the snapshot size in advance, we can find the size estimation down here. We can see in February, the snapshot size is 464 megabytes. And if we click task down, it shows the storage estimation report. All details are in the upper side, such as the start date and when we started the calculation. And what's more important, or the most important thing, is the usage trend below. By this trend, it's easy to know how snapshot size increased. Now it's just for a month in February, so the trend is not very clear and not predictable. However, imagine it goes for a quarter or even a year, then you can find out the trend and thus know when the size will be too huge. And meanwhile, delete some unnecessary snapshots to release storage space for other usage. So let's go back to the slides. So after the demo, I believe that you already have a very clear picture about snapshot calculator now. To summarize, the snapshot calculator can help you calculate storage space consumed by snapshots of shared folder and demonstrate the relation between storage space and time in graphics. And as you can see the picture at the left side, when you calculate the size of snapshots for a year, there will be a clear trend. And you can see by this trend, you are able to intuitively predict the shortage of storage space and if it's needed to release some storage space. So we are confident these new features will definitely help administrators have greater control over storage management. And at last but not least, I would like to introduce another brand new built-in application on DSM 6.2, the iSCSI Manager. But you might ask, what's the reason we decided to have a single separate application package for managing iSCSI? Because, as our observation compared 2017 to 2016, iSCSI service enabled rate increased 54%. That indicates the need of iSCSI is not ignorable, and there needs to be a special design package for iSCSI management. That's why we developed new iSCSI Manager, which brings much easier way to manage iSCSI with better performance. And with iSCSI Manager, it can give you great usability of iSCSI management, and you can easily understand the status of each line with its intuitive UI. And also, it's a one-stop management tool. You can do from iSCSI line creation all the way to line snapshot and replication in iSCSI Manager. And besides, we'll also have a new advanced line, and its features are powered by BTRF's file system and subvolume. And you can see it has all the good things of an iSCSI line before DSM 6.2. For example, it supports VMware VAAI, Windows ODX, supports theme provisioning. Also, it has ability to do snapshot, recovery, and replication. But more than that, the new advanced line has better performance than before. That its random write performance increased by 30%, and its sequential write performance increased by 46%. With this amazing performance, it takes only seconds to conduct snapshot and recovery. So, okay, so let's go to the actual demo, see our new iSCSI Manager and how new advanced line conducts super fast snapshot and recovery. So just let's go to my DSM. and just open the new 𝐼SCSI Manager. And as we open the 𝐼SCSI Manager, you can see it directly shows the status on the top. Okay, so it shows good, so I think we don't need to worry. Below 3 parts tell us all information we would like to know. Like in the target section, it tells how many targets are connected and their corresponding longs. And in long section, we can see the target and the usage rate of each long. And next, in event section, system shows all records here, so we won't lose any important information when we are not using our NAS. So if you have anything to check, you can just directly check the records and thus solve the issue happened. By the way, please note that once you read these records, the records will be removed right away. You can hear. So except for the overview tab, at the left side, there are also target and long tabs for you to find more details. For example, in long tab, we can see all information of long here. Like we can know that the Synology 2018 webinar long is a advanced long and supports theme provisioning. And it also shows the corresponding target down here. And in 𝐼SCSI Manager, we can create, edit, or remove 𝐼SCSI target and long as we want. More than that, it also allows us to directly take snapshot in 𝐼SCSI Manager. So we go to the snapshot tab. And in snapshot tab, we no need to use any other different package. So you can just directly take the snapshot here. Or even if you want to replicate the long, you can just click the replication here. DSM will redirect you to snapshot replication. Do the following action. Okay, so as I mentioned that we can do the snapshot and recovery on advanced longs in seconds. So I would like to give a try here. Here we can use Synology 2018 webinar long. So as we checked previously, it's an advanced long, and we are gonna to take snapshot on it. Okay, before we take the snapshots, you can see here the restore point is 33. So remember this number because we are gonna to take another snapshot. So we just go to the snapshot and click take a snapshot. So for us to memorize which snapshot we take, we just leave a description here. Okay, for example, today is March 8th, so we just put March 8th here. And okay, you can see it's 33 here. So we go okay. Okay, it becomes 34. So it's really that we take the snapshot in seconds. You might ask me if we really completed. Okay, so we just check the snapshot list here, and you can see it's the snapshot we just took. So we really completed the snapshot here. And now let's see if recovery also takes only in seconds. So I would like to go to my Windows Explorer. And you can see it's the Synology 2018 webinar long has mounted in my PC. So here I have stored like the drama magazine and also my working files here. So we can see like the drama is 400 gigabytes big. So let's give it a try. We delete this drama folder right here. Okay, so it disappeared. And let's go back to my DSM. So DSM, we just try to restore it. So we just took this snapshot, right? So we just restore it. Then let's go. So you can see it's also in seconds that we complete the recovery from a delete folders. So I believe you have realized that how fast snapshot and recovery the new advanced LAN brings you. Is it amazing? Isn't it? Okay, so let's go back to my slides. So I have introduced all new things in the DSM 6.2 in the future. So, but in case there might be too many things for you to memorize, let me make you to have a quick recap here. So in DiskStation Manager 6.2, we will have the updated storage manager with storage pool, which unifies the disk group and the RAID group. Also, the smart data scrubbing, which allows you to ensure data correctness and consistency by just one click. And new function in snapshot replication, which is the snapshot calculator, which helps administrators understand snapshot storage consumption and its trend better. And at the last, our brand new iSCSI Manager designed for iSCSI services. You can do all-in-one iSCSI operations in iSCSI Manager. And new advanced LAN with better random write performance and sequential write performance. It lets conducting snapshot and recovery in seconds to be possible. So it's all the content I would like to introduce in today's webinar. I'm Mike Shea. Thanks for joining today. I think you might have a lot of questions about the new updates will be in DSM 6.2. So please feel free to ask any question about DSM 6.2 below, and our online support team will help solve your query.